Hi, everyone. Welcome to As You Are. I'm Alexa.
And I'm Andrea.
If you're new here, welcome and make sure to subscribe.
And if you've been here before, thank you for your love and support.
So today, it's essentially we're talking about meditation part 3.
Okay.
Because chakras are related to meditation.
Okay.
So I think ultimately it's also related to meditation. Last week, we did an episode on Andrea's experience with Placebo. This week, we're going to talk about chakras, so you'll hear more of my voice this week.
You're the expert.
Well,
the topic.
I don't know if expert.
Well, but you know a lot more than I do. I don't know much about chakras.
Yeah, but I was thinking about, when I was thinking about talking about this topic, I was a little bit scared because it's not like I'm a pro at chakras and it's not like I'm a pro at energy, and it's just things that I've learned that I've incorporated into my like meditation routine and my day-to-day life. So I'm not a pro by any means.
Well, but I've heard you talk a lot about it. So regardless, you know a lot more than I do. So I think people that are in the same level of knowledge as I am, it's gonna be very helpful. So it's like, I guess, for beginners, entry level things.
Yeah. And so we did a poll on Instagram like we usually do every week. Last week we didn't do one for the gut. Yeah, we didn't get to it. But this week we did, and since we know that most people are not really familiar with chakras, we did it more energy based. Right. And we had 2 questions.
Let me look them up. Should I read
them?
How to recharge your energy? A good nap, time in nature, meditation, or time alone? And we got 26 votes.
26 votes.
7 voted for a good nap, 3 for time in nature, 1 for meditation, and 15 time alone.
Yeah, so many people voted time alone. What's your response?
Time alone, for sure.
You know, I feel like at first, for the longest time, it's been time alone for me. But ever since I've been using meditation as a tool, it's been meditation.
Really? Yeah. So let's say you need to recharge your energy, just sit down, meditate, and then after that, you're good?
Well, you know, it depends what happens. Like, for example, if there's a moment where I'm feeling super stressed, but I'm not sure how to control it, then meditation helps a lot. If there's a moment where I feel like someone said something to me that disturbed me and I don't really understand why, or my mind is running and I'm overthinking, definitely meditation.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I think it depends on the source of like the energy drainage that you
like, for example, if it was just socializing, it's like, okay, I just need to be alone. I don't need to meditate over it.
Right. Okay, I see. I for sure related it to, for example, socializing, because that's one of the main things that drains me. Like my social battery dies really quick. So that's like my first thought, and I was like, yeah, time alone for sure.
Yeah, because the second question is...
Going to the second question is, what drains your energy the most? So it could be stress, socializing, overthinking, and lack of sleep. And we have 18 votes for stress, 2 votes for socializing, 6 votes for overthinking, and 4 votes for lack of sleep.
I feel for both of us, we're able to manage stress pretty well.
Yeah.
And I think for me, it's definitely between socializing and overthinking.
Oh, really?
Overthinking for sure.
Really?
You do not see me? Do you know this brain?
Yeah. But
I think a lot.
Well, yes. Okay. But when you say overthinking, I think about, how do I say it? Like, I feel that you overthink. It might not be overthink. It's just think a lot about different things, everything, you know? But overthinking, I feel it's like, I don't know, something happened yesterday and you keep thinking about it. And
that happens to me.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
I didn't know that. It happens to me. Wow. Okay. Yeah, no, for me, it's socializing and lack of sleep that drains my energy. Like, if I don't sleep, it's like I'm a different person.
Yeah. So then when I was thinking about the poles, it's like, okay, most people are stressed and they need more time alone.
60% people are stressed and 58% need time alone.
Need time alone.
Yeah.
That's a lot.
Yeah. Literally 60 and 60 almost.
And so then I was thinking about stress, and it led me to think about how stress is contagious.
Well, yeah.
And the environment that you're in can stress you out a lot. I think a lot of the times too, stress comes from a place where you might be thinking too much about what could happen and not how you can deal with it in the moment.
Yes.
And it's kind of overthinking a little bit
yeah,
too.
That's what I was gonna say. It's like overthinking, and also I feel sometimes when I get stressed, I notice that it's my brain blocking the thoughts, so it's like I cannot think straight. So what helps me is like if I have to do something, I just write a list, and it's like I have to do this first, this, and then it's like you put in paper or in words what you have to do, and then for some reason it makes it more clear, and I'm not as stressed. If it's a situation, then it's just overthinking about like, oh, but what could go wrong, what could go right. So it's
and
it's
especially
just
like, for
overthinking about
example,
something.
for people, our friends or people in our family that live in countries that are very unstable, like it's just such a stressful environment overall. Like your life is threatened, and you just live in a constant stress state. And I think even in those situations where you maybe live in a country that's very unsafe or have a work environment that's very stressful, even in those situations, I truly believe that if you ground yourself in the present and you work towards balancing your energy, which that'll come in with the chakras, you work on balancing your energies and identifying your stressors, then I think it can significantly improve people's stress levels. And not to be just overcome by your stress, but trying to manage it.
Yeah, and I like what you said about taking a day at a time, because also we overthink so much and look so much ahead. And it's like, no, just take a day at a time. That's what have helped me a lot too. Why would you think about 3 months in advance? It's like that will happen in 3 months. It's like, stop worrying about it for 3 months ahead.
And then also too, I think with stress is learning to take life a little less seriously. And understanding that big picture, nothing really matters, and that no matter what happens, I mean, for me, my faith, and I've mentioned this before, my faith in God and in the universe has helped me a lot with stress management. Just knowing that there is a bigger mission or a bigger picture than what I can see, and that no matter what happens, literally no matter what happens at the end of the day, it was meant to happen in that specific way. So then you realize, then why do I need to stress? Then why do I need to fear if God is with me and everything will align as it should?
And let go on certain things that you cannot control sometimes.
Because stress is kind of a form of control as well. It's like you feel like you can't control it,
and you want to control everything. You want everything to go right. So it's you start stressing about everything that could go wrong.
Yes, exactly. And then so now time alone has been so beneficial for me this year, at least at the beginning of the year, and focusing in on me and identifying points where I could better myself. So to anyone listening to this that responded stress and that they needed time alone, I would strongly encourage them that when they take the time alone, to not just be on TV and let your mind like numb yourself, and to try and connect with yourself. And maybe do some self-care. It doesn't have to be meditation. It doesn't have to be deep. But you could at least journal about why you feel like you're needing the time alone.
Or like things that help me, for example, it's like cleaning my apartment, like organizing. Cleaning. It's just like things that help you that you might not realize. It's cooking or organizing. It can just help like clear your mind. Because also if my room is not right, or like organized, then my thoughts are more disorganized, and I can't think clear. So also small things that can help you think straight later on.
You know, that reminds me, last week I had a conversation with a Feng Shui master. Feng Shui is an ancient Chinese art that involves strategically arranging spaces to allow for proper energy flow that aligns with natural forces. So it's basically for the living environment. And for example, choosing the right position for your bed, choosing the right position for like, so,
or plants or
allowing
TVs.
The energy to flow properly in your home. So I spoke with this woman who does that for a living. And she was telling
You're so
me,
funny. What did you do yesterday? I talked to this lady. Okay.
But it was so interesting because she was saying that a lot of people sometimes come to her and don't believe in what she does, energy work.
Really? Why would they go to
Some
her?
people say, oh, well, I don't believe that it's true. Like, you tell me that because you place this there that my energy will flow better, but I don't believe in, like, some people just don't believe in energy like that.
Okay.
But she was saying how whether you believe in it or not, it's there. Energy flows, and then you like, energy is there. Whether you see it, whether you believe it, it's there.
Right.
So she was giving me an example how when she comes into a client's home, she can tell right away if they have relationship issues, if they have financial issues, if they have, just by the way their house is set up.
What?
Yeah.
I'm curious.
I know, right? So then I was like, so I told her I might become your client one day, because she was saying,
but I thought you had like an appointment with her.
No.
Ah, okay.
It was a random conversation.
Oh, okay, okay.
But she was saying how she actually helps clients when they're buying a property as well. There's a specific geolocation that can help with your specific energy.
So it's like okay, yeah, explain it.
It's like based on who you are, essentially.
Yeah.
There's a particular location and way that you should set up your living environment that can promote a balanced energy flow in your house.
Okay, but it's not like you should live in this area of Miami.
It can be, yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. Like she said she
so it's like me, you live in Miami Beach. Okay.
She could tell you, you will be better off living in Coral Gables than Miami Beach. Like, she could tell you that.
Wow. Okay. That's very so interesting.
So it ties into energy, the energy conversation. So how I got into the whole chakra thing is when I had done a Reiki session, which I've mentioned. I think I've definitely mentioned to you, but I think I mentioned it probably on meditation part 1, I think briefly. And Reiki is just a type of energy therapy that helps you balance your chakras and all that. So what are chakras?
Yeah, and I was start there.
I was looking into it. I'm like, okay, how do I even begin explaining chakras in a way that's true to what I practice on a daily basis with chakras? Because the term chakra, it means wheel.
Oh. Yeah.
So it comes from Hindu and Buddhist traditions where they believe that you have these energy centers that are like wheels that spin and basically manage your energy flow in your body. And each energy center has a specific area in your life that they speak to. So I'll go through each and every chakra, but then I was like, okay, is this scientifically proven? Is this just energy based and kind of like up there, or is it scientifically proven? And I was watching this YouTube video, which we can link below so you can watch it as well, of these 2 Reiki professors that said that there are clusters of nerves in your body that are aligned with what in Hindu and Buddhist traditions they call chakras.
Okay.
So they were saying that the word chakra is heavily based in these cultures and traditions, but that they literally tie to your physical body and your nerves.
Wow.
Your nervous system is basically how energy flows in your body. Like when you think about, okay, I want to move my finger, there's like, I don't know, I'm not going to explain to you how exactly it works because I don't know, but there's a connection between your brain, which sends signals through your nervous system into the muscles of your finger to make it move. And that way you understand how nerves are directly tied to organs. So when you understand it that way, you can also understand how chakras are also linked to certain organs. So for example, if you have a certain pain, maybe if you're something with your digestive system or something with your reproductive organs, it could be linked to a chakra imbalance. And so I looked it up online, and was curious to know, aside from this YouTube video that I watched.
That's so interesting. I had no idea. When you put it that way, it's a lot more clear.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I put a Google question, chakras in the nervous system. And the AI response says, some scientists have suggested that chakras correspond to part of the nervous system, but there is no scientific evidence to support the existence of chakras in a spiritual sense.
Mm-hmm.
So spiritually, they cannot tell you, but there are links between your nervous system and the location of these chakras.
Okay.
So then how I use them in my daily life is just to help me visualize. You know how I think about it? It's like, have you seen these TikToks of these dogs where they put on the floor like buttons that the dog can press and be like, walk?
Yeah. Yeah.
So it's how I've come to think about my chakras is this chakra talks about my willpower. So I associate that with my willpower. So if ever I need to do something related to my willpower, I'll connect to that.
Okay.
So I've learned to basically associate these different things in my life with a chakra, and whether it's true or not, whether you believe in it or not, that's what my mind has come to associate it with. Mm-hmm. And it allows me to work through these different maybe problems or things I'm trying to enhance in my life. So we'll go through each chakra now.
Okay. Yeah.
So
I think that would be helpful.
Let me sit well.
Should I sit well too?
Well, actually, let's start by saying you have seven chakras.
Okay.
7 main chakras. Mm-hmm. There are other ones that.
Oh, really? Yeah. There are more?
There are more. Okay. There are a ton. A ton of points in your body. Even like your hands, for example, that have a chakra.
Oh, okay.
I connect actually a lot with my hands. You'll feel, have you ever done this exercise before? Yes. Where you put your hands and you literally feel energy accumulating?
Yeah, when you do like yoga, it's like when they make you do the movements open and close, I feel like literally.
You literally feel the energy. So when I was doing my Reiki session, actually, let me talk about this a little bit more.
Reiki. Talk about, you were
I like talked to it
you started and then you didn't say anything else. Yeah, but it's really interesting. I remember when you told me the story, I was like,
Yeah, but I've only done it once. I want to do it again.
Yeah.
It was a very interesting experience. It's like she had me orient to a certain angle of the room, and then she scanned my body with her both hands from the top of my head all the way to the bottom of my feet.
Were you standing?
I was standing. Then I don't remember exactly what the steps were, but at some point I lay on let's call it a massage bed, and she has these sound bowls where she.
Oh, I love this.
I didn't really like the sound bowls. I don't know why. I don't know why. I should try them again.
Yeah, let's go to a sound healing class.
Oh yes.
Not class, a meditation, I guess.
Let's do it.
Let's do it.
And we can film it. That'd be cool.
Yes, that would be so relaxing.
Okay.
I think you're gonna love it. I don't know why you didn't.
I think I'm gonna like it too. But at the time, I was very frantic. It was a time in my life where, you remember in part 1 meditation where I was mentioning how sometimes when I would meditate, my eyes couldn't stay closed. It was that time.
Oh, around that
time. I was, my energy was like, I was not calm.
Okay.
So I think that's why I didn't really like the sound.
Yeah.
Anyway, she did the sound bowls to try and calm me down. And then she goes through each chakra, and she started at the top. I'm going to talk through each chakra, but she started at the top and went all the way to the bottom. And she told me that the whole time she had to stay one hand on my head because she could feel that I was thinking so much through the entire thing. So she kept one hand on my head, and then she kept going down. But she doesn't touch you. She doesn't touch you, yeah. It's like if my body is there, she goes like this. But I feel, you see the same way that you're like this?
Yeah, it's like I'm not touching you, but
you feel but something? I feel like you're right there.
Yeah.
So it's the same thing, and when you do that, it's essentially taking, and I need to explore this more, but I feel a lot of energy in my hands, and I think that's how Reiki. From what I understand, it's like they take energy from the cosmos through their crown chakra and channel it through their hands and help you balance that way. So the energy that flows through their hand is what helps you balance your own energy and your own chakras. At the end of the session, she was able to tell me certain things. Like, I think she had told me that my throat chakra was blocked. And at the time, there was a lot of things that I was holding to myself that I wasn't really vocalizing. And then she had told me certain points in my body where she felt tension. So yeah, now I guess we can go into the chakras.
But where did you say it was like your?
It was in my reproductive.
Oh, okay.
Like in the sacral chakra area.
Didn't you have like something on your knee too?
Yes, I had something on my. You remember?
I pay attention.
Yeah, I had. She told me that I had a lot of tension on my knees, and ever since I was in high school, I've always had a weakness in my knees. But since then, in personal healing, I found that even visualizing you caring for a part of your body helps you in healing. So I would imagine myself, for example, if I was laying down, I would imagine, like, I'm not moving or anything, but in my head, I'm visualizing putting a bandage over my knees and, connecting with my knees and kind of talking to my knees, like, I'm here, you're being taken care of and all of that. And it's helped me a lot. And
No, it does.
So, I've been doing weight exercises recently, and usually anything like squats or anything that involved knees would be very painful for me. But I don't have any issues like that anymore. And I think it's because, I don't know, I really feel like...
No, I feel what you're saying, because also when you, or at least in my case with like the whole bloating situation, I was thinking so much about it that I feel the stress was like getting into my healing as well. So it wasn't, I was so stressed about it and like so conscious, and it's like, oh, if I eat this, I'm gonna like blow, blah, blah, blah. And it's like you send like negativity in a way. So when you send something positive, it's like, okay, I'm here for you. Let's just heal. It's like like the hypnotherapy thing, that it's like trying to mentally think about healing. So that'll heal you.
Exactly.
So I think it works.
It reminds me also of the quote that we're going to post today. Attention flows where energy... No.
Yeah.
Energy flows... Attention...
Wait. Hold, please.
Hold on.
Hold.
Where attention goes, energy flows.
Where attention goes. James Redfield.
Where attention goes, energy flows. And he also says where intention goes, energy flows. Okay. So if you have an intention of healing, then you can send healing energy to that part of whatever you're working on. So where were we?
Now this chakra.
Okay, now let's talk about the chakras.
Oh, let's sit straight. Okay.
Let's sit straight.
Wait, let me drink.
Oh, and maybe you could sit straight with us. You could also sit straight with us too.
Yes.
You can think about it, just even visualizing it and visualizing the colors, because each chakra is connected to a color. Some people believe as well, if you think about it in terms of frequency, you know how light has different wavelengths. This is very like physics scientific, but light has different wavelengths. And light is divided into different colors. For example, red has very low vibration.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Oh, yeah. So it's like red, yellow, green, blue, and then violet is high vibration. Essentially, you have your lower vibrations from the ground, and then it gets higher vibration up. So the way that I see it in terms of energy is, if something is more low vibration, then it's more connected to the material physical world. And if something is more high vibration, it's more connected to the spiritual realm. So that's how you can think about it in terms of chakras as well. At the bottom, you're more rooted into the material world, and at the top, you're more connecting with your spiritual self. So the first chakra is the root chakra at the base of your spine, and that's connected to safety. So anything that's like your environment, it's connected to your finances, it's connected to how safe you feel in the physical world. And it's blocked by fear. So I was telling you, I think I mentioned in meditation part 1, that at the time I was very fearful when I was starting to get into all this energy work. And I know that is because I was not grounded at all. So my root chakra, I've done a lot of work with it, and every time I start a meditation, I always think about my root chakra and my grounding, and I imagine roots growing from my tailbone into the ground, into the earth. So that helps ground me a lot. Just visualization.
Right, it's like,
yeah. So just even as I'm talking to you, I'm visualizing.
Yeah, same.
Visualization helps so much.
Yes.
And I think even more than visualization is understanding how you connect with it. And does it align with what your belief system is, the way that you visualize? I've come to realize that that's why certain guided meditations never really worked for me, because if you don't connect with it, then you know, for example, for me, I really connect with roots growing into the earth. But for someone else, it might be that they connect to a cord that hooks onto the center of the earth.
Right.
So it could look like different things. It doesn't have to be roots. Whatever relates to your belief system the most and whatever helps you visualize the best. How do you feel the most connected to the earth? So that's your root chakra. The color is red and the frequency is longer wavelength, so less high.
Okay.
Lower frequency.
Okay.
And then you have your sacral chakra, which is here, where your reproductive organs are. So it's connected to that. And it deals with emotions, sexuality. So you could also think about it in connection to the moon as well, because the moon is everything that has to do with emotions and sensuality. And it's blocked by guilt. Yeah. So so if, for example, for you, you have a lot of tension in your hips.
My hips. Yeah. My hip flexors.
Connecting with your sacral chakra might help you a lot with that and visualizing the color orange. Even wearing the color orange.
What? Oh, wearing it?
Yeah,
too?
even wearing the color. If you obviously, then I want to be careful with that, because if your belief system allows for it.
Right.
Because if you wear it and you're like, ah, whatever, I'm sure it's not even doing anything. It's not going to do anything.
Yeah.
But if it's, for example, a reminder for you, it's because I'm working on my sacral chakra. It can help you. I'm not going to forget that.
Yeah. And now whenever I wear orange, it's going to be like, oh.
Yeah.
Think about my chakra.
So even food, for example, certain colors of food can help you connect with your chakras.
Okay. So wait, you said the guilt.
So yeah, if you're feeling guilty about any type of situation.
Anything else?
It can.
Like guilt and something else, or just
Well,
guilt?
anything that's goes against, for example, sexuality. If you haven't explored your sexuality very well and you're a little bit shy about it, and there's something that blocks you, for example, certain people, maybe they can't really have intimacy with partners and it's like a stressor for them. So their sacral chakra might be blocked. Not only blocked, but it could be overactive. So if you're, overly using that chakra, that can also cause issues and imbalances.
Wow.
Anything that, for example, if there's an emotion that you're keeping in, that's not necessarily guilt. So it doesn't have to be guilt, but anything that's against what the chakra is usually there to help you flow with. So if you're holding emotions, then that can block your chakra.
Wow. So interesting.
Then you have your solar plexus, which is here, right there in the middle. It's yellow. And I connect the solar plexus with the sun a lot because it has everything to do with willpower and action. And to me, I see the sun as such a energy. Like if you imagine energy in terms of arrows, it's like it'll be arrows shooting out. Yeah, it's like this is your power that's here. And then for my sacral chakra, I imagine in connection with the moon that it's more like a spiraling, flowing, like water type of smooth emotion energy.
And what could be like an emotion for that? Because we have fear, guilt, and then
shame. If you're feeling shameful, you're not going to be able to act, So blocked by shame. And it's connected to your digestive system.
Okay.
And then you have your heart chakra. I've mentioned to you before, I think that this is the one that I feel the most power from. Like, for example, when I did the Reiki, I felt my heart the most. Like when she was at the top, I didn't really feel anything here, but here I didn't feel anything. But when she went to my heart, it's like I felt like energy from there. And I also felt a lot of energy from my solar plexus.
Okay.
And I have a hard time connecting with my sacral chakra. Like I don't feel the energy as strong. So I'm still trying to figure out why and how I can improve it. But
you feel that it's strong in all the other ones but that one? Or do you feel it's different intensity in all of them?
It's like different intensity.
And
like my heart is definitely the most intense. And recently I've been able to connect with my throat chakra a lot. I mean,
we did when we went to the sauna, infrared sauna, we had to choose a chakra and we chose the throat.
Yeah, the throat chakra. So again, that relating to light, it was the color of the light that can help you activate your chakra as well. So
yeah.
if you haven't seen the vlog, you should go check it out. We did a vlog at Biohack Lab.
Yes,
so
but you were able to like control the throat chakra.
Yes, I feel now I have a lot more connection with my throat chakra. And I'm also able to connect with my third eye chakra. So, okay, well, wait, we're going like far. Okay. So we're at the heart.
I started like connecting with
And let me see with the heart.
Yeah.
It's blocked by grief, the heart.
Grief.
Yeah. But a lot of people believe that the heart, and I started watching, I didn't finish it, but I watched this podcast of this woman. I'm going to link it below in case it interests anyone, but she was saying how we tend to live and act with our brain a lot and that we don't use our hearts enough. And our hearts is a very strong energy force. So she was saying that in conversation, for example, right now, as you're talking to me, you can visualize that everything you say is coming from your heart rather than your mind. And that alone can make you connect with your heart center more and can make you speak more from what your soul wants rather than what logically makes sense. So I tend to do that a lot as well. I tend to try and speak from the heart, literally speak from the heart. And just thinking about your heart, just thinking about it, the energy flows.
Okay, interesting.
So that's a way you can connect with your heart if you're having trouble with that.
Okay, so it's basically visualizing your heart whenever you speak.
And visualizing, for example, there is, and I'll link that one as well below, a meditation that I did that was beautiful and I cried in it.
You're a crier in meditation.
Crier in meditation. Like, I don't cry in general, especially I cry more of gratitude than I cry about anything else.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, that's nice. That's really nice.
So, in that meditation, he has you visualize your chakras. So it's also, what I like about it is it combines meditation, breath work, and chakras all in one. Okay. And it's short. And it's something that you can do. You should definitely try it. Okay. And it's something that you can do anywhere, at any time. It's quick.
Okay.
So the way that you do it is you breathe from your root chakra. You take 7 counts. So you have 7 chakras. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Wait, I skipped one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And then you hold for 3. And then when you exhale, you imagine all that energy that you've cultivated go directly into your heart chakra. What he has you do at the beginning is say, I love myself. And you say it out loud and you realize, where is it coming from? For me, I love myself was here.
Oh, so it can come from different chakras.
It can come from different chakras.
Okay.
And for me, the I love myself was here. And then after doing the breath, and he has you do it like 3 or 4 times, and afterwards he has you say, I love myself, and I felt it resonating in my heart. Wow. And that's when I was like,
I feel it.
I love myself.
Wow.
So
yeah, definitely link it below so we can all do it.
Yeah. Oh, and it's also about affirmations. So that's what I love about them. It's quick, easy affirmations, meditation, chakra, breath work, all in one.
Wow.
And you can do it. So right now I've been doing it every day at night before I go to sleep. So he gives you 4 affirmations, which are I love myself, I trust myself, I honor myself, and I value myself. And you can start with that. But if there's anything else that you're working on in life, you can use it as an affirmation. So for example, if you are struggling with a particular illness and you want to bring about the energy of healing and all that, you could say, I am healing, or I am healthy. It helps you balance your chakras and bring that energy into your heart center.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah.
Do you do it laying down or
sitting? You can do both.
Both? Okay.
Yeah. It depends on how I feel. Some days I feel like sitting up, and then other days I'm like, I'm about to knock out. Let me just like do it while I'm laying down.
Okay. Yeah, I'll do that sometimes. Like when meditation comes, it's like, okay, do I feel like laying down?
Yeah, exactly. Okay. It's like, and you can even do it, for example, after my workout. Sometimes I'll just take a minute just to say, I love myself. And it can feel weird at the beginning, especially for people who are not used to talking to themselves like that.
Yeah.
Because in the beginning, it was weird for me I love myself. To me, it felt like so
and saying
conceited.
it out loud too.
And saying it out loud. To me, it felt a little conceited, but that goes back to the conversation that we had in meditation part 2 about limiting beliefs and boundaries. Is ultimately you realize that if you love yourself, you're able to love others more.
Better, yeah.
And it starts from you. So as I'm saying I love myself, I'm imagining saying I love myself because I love the world. It's like it's tied. As I'm saying I love myself, it also says I love everyone. You know what I mean? So that's how I think about it.
No, yeah, and it ties to, I don't know if you heard that saying that if I'm not happy, I cannot make you happy.
Yes.
So I totally agree with that. You need to work on yourself first, and then to be able to help others or be happy with, make others happy, love others.
Yes.
So that's a beautiful way to put it.
And then from your heart, so if you think about the way that energy flows from the heart, it goes to the hands. So I think that's why I feel a lot of energy in my hands too. The way that I think about it, I feel right now I just have an energy of giving, of wanting to give. And so it's like connected to the heart and then onto the hands. And
okay. I can see that relationship.
Yeah. So that's how I visualize it for myself.
Okay.
Whether it's true or not, that's how I see it.
Okay.
And then you have your throat chakra, which is blue. Oh, sorry, the heart is green. At first, I was so confused by that. I was like, but why isn't the heart red? Like, but why is the heart green? Who chose the colors? Yeah, who did this? But then as you understand color and a gradient and how the frequencies work, it makes sense that the heart is green.
Okay.
So your throat chakra is blue. And it's blocked by lies. So obviously throat, communication, speaking your truth, living authentically, that's all your throat. So I think that's why recently I've been able to connect with it a lot. The fact that when I did the Reiki, she told me that my throat chakra was blocked. And I've seen how far I've come into practicing authenticity and speaking my truth. And I am now able to connect with my throat chakra. It feels nice.
Yeah, that's interesting because I told you that I went to a personal growth course camp. It was like a 3-day super intense course. And of course in those things, or at least the one that I went to, you cry a lot. You need to voice and express so many things. And it has always been so hard for me to express emotions or feelings. And there you had to do that like for 3 days straight, for hours straight. And I remember back then when I cried, I used to feel, when you feel the knot on your throat?
Yes, you feel a knot.
It's like,
yes.
It's so uncomfortable and you cry and you want to say something, but you don't know what to say or how to express it. I used to feel it a lot.
Yes.
And now that I've been working on expressing myself better and like trying to be better at like expressing feelings and emotions, whenever I cry, I don't feel it in there. So I don't know if it has like a relationship to do with communication, where it's it's you're freeing, like when you're voicing out things, you're breaking, the barrier or limits, and it feels that it flows better.
That's beautiful. Yeah, beautiful. And so the throat, even if, for example, there could be a situation where people who overshare and lie a lot, even if they voice a lot, it's not synonymous to voicing a lot.
Right.
Because voicing too much and saying lies can block or overpower your throat.
Right.
Chakra.
Right. Makes sense.
And then you have your third eye, which is at the center of your eyebrows. And it is the color indigo. And it deals with insight, wisdom, knowledge, and it is blocked by illusion.
Illusion? What do you mean?
If you are not really connected to reality, the reality of the world.
Okay, I see what you mean now. Okay.
And then you have your crown chakra, which is at the very top. It is violet, and it deals with connection to spirituality.
And what blocks it? I want to know all the blockers.
So what blocks it is ego.
Ego.
So inspiration flows through here. Spirituality, all of that.
You know what? Now that you say inspiration, whenever I'm like, I don't have to have it if it has any relationship, but what we do, it's creativity, blah, blah, blah. And sometimes when I feel like creativity is not flowing, I get like a headache, and it's like around here.
Wow. Really? Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Do you feel that? Like sometimes,
No.
do you feel like some sort of headache or tension or?
I don't feel any tension there, no.
Really?
Wow, that's crazy. Yeah.
Yeah. Now that you say it, it's like,
So yeah, those are the chakras.
wow, that's so interesting. And it's interesting to know the blockers too, so you can like relate it more with certain things of your life.
In meditation, working with chakras, people talk a lot about chakra alignment. It's just making sure that, you know, you're keeping all of the chakras in check, and you can, through breath work, help with energy flow in your body, and obviously connecting then with each chakra. And this is actually very interesting that I learned through the Mind Valley program with Jeffrey Allen. When you're in communication with people, when you meet people for the first time, your chakras interact even before you interact. So let me give you, for example, let me give you a situation. So you walk in a room and you see this very attractive guy, and he's very sweet with you. You might have a strong heart and sacral chakra connection happening. If you're having like a spiritual and wise talk, then it might be a lot of these chakras that are connecting.
Wow. I'm gonna see life different now.
Yeah. And one thing that was very empowering from the Jeffrey Allen program is he taught me how to break links with people that I didn't want to have chakra connections with. So for example, he was saying if someone is stopping you from speaking your truth, they might have a link to your throat chakra. And literally visualizing yourself taking all these links and ripping them from you can help you break that bond.
Wow, that's so interesting. I don't know if that has happened to you, but sometimes when I'm around certain people, I get shy.
Yeah.
Out of
nothing.
And that might be something like that might be related to it.
And it's crazy how it's like we don't even realize how much someone else's energy can overpower ours.
Yeah. No, that happens to me a lot. I've noticed that some people make me act differently in a way that, I don't know, sometimes I feel like more shy or more that I need to be more careful. Like their energy affects me a lot. Yeah. I've noticed that.
Like, for example, maybe if someone has a very bright, like very active solar plexus and yours is not as balanced, then you might feel less, you might be overpowered by their energy.
Wow.
So that has helped me a lot to gain back
the power of
my power. And energy, I also think a lot about, and this relates to manifestation as well. The way that I see energy work and balancing your energy is a way for you to recharge your magnetic field so that you're able to attract, so that you have the power to attract whatever it is you truly want in your life. If I have control over your throat chakra, for example, then you will be less able to manifest because I have a piece of your magnet. So the way I see it, it's like imagine fragmented pieces of magnets, and they're kind of, you have a piece, your mom has a piece, everyone gets a little piece of me.
Right.
I'm then not able to manifest as efficiently.
Right.
But if I gain back those pieces from people that are weighing me down, then I'm able to manifest better in my life because I've gathered that energy. It's literally like a magnet. That's what manifestation is ultimately, is about attraction.
Right.
And so when you think about it, just getting your energy back from people will make you a more powerful manifester.
Yeah.
Wow,
that's so interesting. I've never looked at it that way, and it's very visual what you're saying.
Yeah.
So it helps a lot to understand how to attract things and how people can take from you as well.
Yes.
And how to take it back. It's mine.
Yeah.
Don't take it from me, people.
And what's nice about it is that obviously in certain cases, if it's a very deep problem, you'll need to have a conversation with the person.
Okay.
But for the most part, you can do this on your own.
Right.
They don't have to agree to it.
Know, yeah.
You know, it's just you gaining your power back.
So it's in a way, how would you say that you do it? Like meditating and visualizing, breaking the links. And
yes.
Okay.
Yes. I'm telling you, visualization is powerful. The mind.
Yeah, the mind.
For example, when you think about the placebo effect, which is when you give someone a pill and the pill has no medication in it, but because they believe that the pill will heal them.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
I think that's so crazy.
It's so crazy. It just shows you how much your mind,
how powerful
your mind is. And that's where I say that you also have to check yourself with what your belief systems are.
Mm-hmm.
Because for me, I've cleared my belief systems in a way that allows the chakras to work for me.
Mm-hmm.
And I think everyone should do that exercise of, what do I believe? It's not because people are telling me, oh, this does that. If it doesn't work for you, it's because you're not believing it.
Right.
Like the mind is so powerful. And to me, it's just that you're giving it visual or physical tools for it to absorb.
Yeah.
So it's the same thing. I think the colors, for example, wearing the color orange, it's kind of a placebo effect because you believe that it helps you, then it helps you.
Yeah.
But embrace it, you know? It's like, yeah, that's what I believe and it helps me. It doesn't matter who else thinks it's true. As long as your belief system believes it and it's for the better, then believe what you have to believe, you know?
Yeah. And
as long as you're not being delusional. Obviously you have to live in reality, but.
Yeah, no, but I think the placebo effect is like the best example possible because it's just making you believe that something's happening, and that's the way that your mind shows you how powerful thoughts are. And also it could be like positive thoughts and negative thoughts too. It doesn't need to be necessarily always positive. Like also negative beliefs affect so much stress, not related to work or anything, but stress overall can like bring so many diseases. So it's just like even negative thoughts can lead to other things. It's like,
it could literally lead to illnesses.
So be aware of your thoughts and how you talk to yourself.
Yeah, very important. So let me see if there's anything else. That's it. I said everything I wanted to say.
Bye.
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 Ciao. Okay, so what can people leave with? Definitely test out the meditation that we're going to link below.
Yes,
that
I
talks
want
about
to try
affirmations.
it so bad now.
Definitely try it.
I'm going to do it
Just
tomorrow.
try it.
Yeah.
And for that one, you don't even need to, because it took some time for me to know exactly what chakra does what. It took a lot of me connecting with it, and it took some time for me to memorize this.
Right.
Each chakra. So the beauty of that meditation is even if you don't know what each of them does, you don't have to.
Right.
You just breathe through it. That's all.
Yeah, like flowing the energy around.
Just moving your energy.
Moving your energy. Okay. Yeah, I want to do it. I'm going to do it tomorrow. Yeah. I'll let you know how it goes.
Yeah. So if you have any questions regarding chakras, regarding anything that we discussed today, let us know in the comments. Yeah. We'd love to hear your thoughts. And if this was helpful, let us know. If you've had experiences with chakras or Reiki or any other energy tools that we haven't touched on, let us know.
Yes. So the only way this podcast grows is if you share our content and subscribe.
So please do. You can find us on TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, everywhere. We're on Spotify as well, Apple Music.
Yeah.
At As You Are Pod. Yeah.
See you next Wednesday.
See you. Love you. Bye.